Can we just sit here for a second and talk about how I'm in my pajamas, I have no makeup on, and I'm recording a video about self-hate? What the fuck has my life come to? Hello guys, welcome back. Today is my part 2 of my self-hate video. If you haven't seen the first one, I'm going to link it down into the description box below. And in case you're wondering, yes, every single body hair on my body is platinum blonde. I refused to put makeup on because I've been working for what feels like the last week and I wanted my skin to breathe. I tried to record this yesterday, but I just had so much stuff to do and I just figured why not roll out of bed and just start filming. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of pick up from my last video and where I left off from there. I have came to the conclusion I am always going to suffer from body dysmorphia, self-hate, all that stuff. I am all over the place today, you guys. Look at this. Ugh. Can you say hi? My bedhead is so real right now. But I truly believe it's what we do on our bad days to help us have more good days. The first thing I think that is most important is that you don't fight against your bad days. You don't fight against anything that you're feeling, that you have. I am a true believer on working together and working within yourself and what you have, because I feel like then your life is going to become so much more peaceful and you're going to have so much more good energy versus all the bad energy when you're fighting in a war that you're never going to win. So I wish I could tell you guys a time, day, year that I just woke up and I started to feel better about myself, my body, my life, my head, but I don't. So instead, I can tell you what has worked for me, that I'm still doing, and that I'm going to continue to do for probably the rest of my life. I do remember the day that I woke up and I was ready to make a change for my life. I was ready to not be a negative Debbie Downer anymore. I was ready to completely change my life as a person, as a mom, as a friend, as a future wife. I remember, so the first thing that I did was I cleaned out my closet. Literally. If you watched my last video, you would have heard that I used to party and drink a lot. And for some reason, I still kept all those clothes and going out dresses and going out jewelry. I got rid of them. My PTSD is easily really triggered. I knew that I had to get rid of them in order to start cleaning out my life and detoxing everything. So I gathered up everything and anything that gave me a bad memory, a bad flashback, and I donated it to a church, a women's shelter, the Goodwill. I got everything out of my life that made me think of old and bad memories that I wanted to try to erase from my head. I know that's probably not easy for a lot of people, for me just to sit here and say, clean out your closet, get rid of half your clothes. But for me, I knew it was what I had to do. I had to accept that I did put on weight, and for some reason I was given this new body and I needed to learn to love it and just to be proud of it, because there's so many people who would kill to have just a body to walk in and a body to breathe. I needed to be happy with what God has given me, and the first step was to just get rid of everything that was holding me back from my new journey. Once my closet was all situated, I knew the next thing that I needed to clean out was my diet. And I'm sure you've all heard this plenty of times, but it's what you do outside of the doctor's office. It's what you do outside of the therapist's office that really is going to make a change in your life. I'm also a really big believer in, if you eat like shit, you're going to feel like shit. And if you have a mental illness, that's going to make you feel that much more shitty. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you would know that I try to push a vegan, plant-based diet to anybody who has a mental illness. To me, it is absolutely mind-blowing on a difference you feel in your body within just a matter of a few days of eating such a whole food, plant-based diet. My psych meds can only do so much, so I also have to depend on my food for medicine as well. And within the matter of just a few days, my outbursts were going from 15 a day, down to 5 a day, down to 1 a day, down to 1 a week. It truly is incredible on what food can do to your body. Because of that, my body thrives off of raw foods. My body thrives off of not consuming dead animals. I can barely control the brain that I have, so why would I put a dead animal into my body? I know that sounds completely crazy, but if you really sit and think about it and do your research, it's really crazy the difference that it can do to you. So I follow the raw till 4 diet. So during the day, I'm consuming raw fruits and vegetables, salads, smoothies, and then when I get home from work for my dinner, that's when I have my cooked meal. Now I know you're probably sitting here thinking, so you literally cleaned out your closet, you're eating a bunch of fruits and vegetables, and now you're cured. No, that's not what I'm saying. Kind of. But doing small things like that can make such a big change in your mental mind state and the way that you feel and the energy that you put out into this world. So that's going to lead me into kind of my next question that I got from a bunch of people, is what I do on my bad day. I've become so in tune with my body. I can normally pick up very quickly on what way my body is going to be on the day. I know my body good enough to where when I wake up in the morning, I can tell if I'm going to be relaxed, if I'm going to be angry, if I'm going to be sad, if I'm going to have a bad self-hate day. And the best thing that I do for myself when I start to feel that is I try to catch it, I try to acknowledge it, and I try to distract myself from it. In the past 6 months, I've really started to notice that if anything, if I'm going to have a bad day, it's either going to be because of my suicidal depression or it's going to be because of my self-hate. I very rarely don't wake up angry anymore, and I really thank my meds for that, because my meds will let me get irritated, but they won't let me get angry. So now it feels like my body will only have depressed days or it will have really bad self-hate days. So like I said, I try to distract it. I first acknowledge what my body is letting me know, that, hey, you're gonna have a really, really bad day on hating yourself and hating the way you look and hating the weight that you have on your body. So when I feel myself about to have one of those days, I really try to watch what I eat. And I know it sounds crazy to some people, because most people who have a really bad self-hate day, they don't want anything to do with food. But I've gotten to the point where I use food as my medicine, and I accept the fact that most food is going to nourish my body. So if I wake up on a day that I have work and I am packing my lunch and I'm packing snacks, I make sure that I have a bunch of fruit and a bunch of vegetables and a bunch of water to drink through that day. When I come home, I will make sure that I do something for myself to make myself happy and make myself feel better, whether that be watching a Netflix show, doing my nails, a face mask, something along those lines to make myself feel better and happy with myself. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I do not fight against what I have. I accept that I have a personality disorder. I accept that I have body dysmorphia, and I accept that I have everything else that I am diagnosed with, and I work with it instead of against it, because it's just going to be an ongoing war and you're never going to win. You're going to make yourself miserable. You're going to make yourself not happy. So doing things and trying to become one with everything that you have is going to bring you the most peaceful and happy and positive energy. I know I say this in all my videos, but another thing that I really emphasize on is writing. I take advantage of the days that I feel positive and I feel really good about myself, and I write. I went to Michael's and I bought myself a special writing book for the days that I am feeling really good and I want to say some really good things about myself, but I don't want to forget them, is I write them down. I don't let anybody touch that book. That book is mine. It has some really personal things in it that help me motivate myself and the person inside my head. You would have also heard probably a couple videos back, if not, my favorite book on this planet is You Are a Badass. And in the gist of when I'm writing positive quotes about myself or just writing something positive to go back on when I'm having a bad day is I will take that book and I will write my favorite quotes. So when I have a bad day, I can kind of reread it to myself and try to relax my mind and put myself back into a positive mind state. And this next thing is probably going to sound a little cliche and probably really original and boring, but find out what your dreams are. Find out what you're passionate about. You Are a Badass touches on you going for your dreams and finding your purpose and what makes you happy. Everybody on this planet daydreams about things that make them happy. I know for me, it's helping people and making people feel beautiful and making people not feel alone while I'm living in a tiny house with a bunch of farm animals. And that's what my goal is, and that's what my dreams are, and that's what I'm going for. The more good, positive energy that you put out, the more that you're going to get in, and the more that is going to come your way. And whatever your dreams are, that is your purpose on being here. And it's okay if you go for it, because life is too short not to be happy. Life is too short not to be going and reaching out for your dreams. Even if your dreams are just opening up a fabric shop, go do it. You're here for that reason if you really sit and think about it and you're able to put out that energy. You are you for a reason, and you are here for a reason. Let your purpose become a habit and make that habit into a dream. I know I'm still going to have my bad days, and that's okay, but I know no matter what kind of day I'm having, writing in my notebook and having a cup of tea either on my bed or on my couch with all my animals is going to make me happy, it's going to make me calm, and it's going to make me relaxed. And then on my bad days, it's something that I will always resort back to just to open it up and to reread everything that I have written down on my good days. So I think that is going to be it for today, guys. I hope this helped at least one of you. And I hope you guys have an incredible weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment, and let me know what you guys would like to see soon. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.